So these are the top 15 YouTubers with the best reputation, starting off with JackSucksAtLife. Now, Jack is mainly on this list because I really could not think of anyone else, but in all seriousness, Jack is probably one of the most wholesome creators on the internet because he collects YouTube memorabilia. And although Society Awards and YouTube both hate him, kind of, everyone still loves him. I mean, he's famous for getting KSI's Diamond Play button, which KSI surprisingly didn't get mad at. He's famous for getting PewDiePie's 100 million subscriber play button, which PewDiePie didn't get mad at, kind of. And he's famous for not only getting MrBeast's 100 million subscriber play button, but also launching it into space, which Jimmy didn't seem mad at. You can't get mad at this guy. The only time in recent history we've seen everyone just kind of hate Jack is when he changed his profile picture and his viewers hated it, which seriously, Jack, please change it back. Like, no one likes your profile picture. Your old one is so much better. But even that was all for fun, except for me. I'm serious, change it back. But overall, everyone loves Jack because there's nothing to hate about him. He's just a guy trying to collect YouTube play buttons and break world records. How can you hate on him? Now, number 14 is probably someone that a lot of people haven't watched, ParashockX. It's hard to be hated on when you make content that's no longer than 5 minutes. I mean, his content is literally, I'll do this for a specific amount of time, and the second it's over, the video ends. It's pretty good content, and he takes suggestions from his comments and his viewers, which obviously helps his reputation in the long run. It's kind of hard to hate on a dude who makes short content. Number 13, and I feel like this is slightly controversial, CaptainSparklez. Now, I know CaptainSparklez should probably at least be in the top 10, but he's not, unfortunately. And honestly, he really should be because no one can hate on him. He's one of the biggest YouTubers of his time, and although he has declined, everyone who's watched his content can agree that his content was some of the best they've ever seen in terms of Minecraft. They can all vouch for him. And it's hard to hate him because there is nothing to hate about him. Everyone loves him. He's a good person. He hasn't done anything bad, and his content is pretty wholesome. So how can you hate him? Number 12, Tyler Oliveira. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I barely knew about Tyler before the recent controversy occurred, but if you've been living under a rock, Tyler recently exposed the YouTuber Mrwhosetheboss for faking all his videos, which we already knew. We just needed video evidence, and he gave it to us. Thank you. Regardless, he has some of the best videos. Honestly, like his videos even before Mrwhosetheboss were good, and now that he's exposed Mrwhosetheboss, we can trust him even more because that must have been a pretty hard decision to upload that video because it was kind of a make or break situation. On one hand, 26 million subscribers of his would have hated Tyler, but on the other hand, he needed to make sure that the rest of the YouTube community would help him, which they did because Mrwhosetheboss is probably going to get his channel terminated at this point. I feel like Tyler is a very trustworthy person. He's got some newfound trust that we can have in him. That's a good thing. Now, number 11 is a history channel, one that you guys might have never heard of, History Matters. Now, this might be the second channel that a lot of people have not heard of in this entire video, but he makes some of the best history related content on the platform. He's, in my opinion, the second best. And I assume that you have watched one of his videos. I mean, if you don't know, they're like little animated square dudes who, I mean, he animates little square dudes and explains a historical event, whether it's like 2-3 minutes long or a 10-minute video explaining it thoroughly. His videos are great and people love them. He has a bunch of inside jokes with his subscribers. There's a lot of things that his content is, but it's certainly not bad. It's good. It's great content. And you can't hate on him because the animation's kind of funny. Also, his humor adds to just how good he is at entertaining others. Now we're starting to break into the top 10. We start off with DanTDM. It's no surprise that DanTDM makes it to the top 10 of this list because he's arguably, besides Stampy, the most wholesome Minecraft creator of all time. He has one of the best reputations on the platform, as everyone has something positive to say about him, and he made some of the best Minecraft videos back in the day, and he's even making good videos today, and he influences millions of people. How can you hate on him? He has a kid. Number 9, I don't know why, I feel like this is a controversial take, Niko Omilana. I don't know if everyone knows who Niko Omilana is. He's on like the Sidemen side of YouTube. About 7-ish million subscribers, I think. He has one of the best reputations because this guy goes out of his way, puts himself in danger to make great videos. That's why he's loved by everyone. His videos are wholesome, there's humor in them, they're funny, all that stuff. I mean, this guy went to the head of the KKK just to do a fake interview with him. And if you didn't know, he's black. And if you didn't know, the KKK is, well, they're people, questionably. Regardless, his videos are just something else. They are truly really good. They're really long, they're really good. Everyone likes them. He puts himself in constant danger. They're good. Everyone likes them. Trust me. Also, his personality is pretty good considering his humor is honestly one of the best on his side of the internet. Number 8. I feel like everyone knows who this is. Tom Scott. I'm not gonna lie, I have never watched Tom Scott, like ever. But I know that everyone knows that he's easily one of the most wholesome people on the internet. I mean, everyone knows him famously for choking on a fake vape. How can you hate this guy? He's a huge meme. Truly, his videos are good, his personality is good, and overall, he's just a good person. Now, number 7, Stephen He. Now, Stephen is one of the biggest failures on the internet.
Emotional damage.
And if you don't watch his videos, you have no clue what I'm saying. But Steven makes some of the greatest skit videos on the platform, and his current 8 million subscriber count says so. It shows that people, and me, love his videos and a sense of humor and the way that he performs in his videos. He goes through the trouble of actually going through acting school and learning how to do all this stuff, and his videos are pretty good. That's why he has one of the best reputations on the platform. Now we're starting into some real important and wholesome stuff. Number 6, ZHC. Now, ZHC is one of the most generous YouTubers on the platform because not only does he donate, but he makes it fun because he's able to make a video out of it, and he makes everything colorful. He's like artistic MrBeast. No offense to Jimmy if he's an artistic person. He's wholesome, he does good deeds, he helps everyone, he makes interesting videos. I can literally vividly remember a video of his where he had like 1,000 houses and he painted all of them, which not only helped people who needed houses, but it made a fun video for the rest of us to watch. Overall, he's a good person, and no one can really justify hating him because I genuinely don't know how you could hate on ZHC. But now we're in the top 5, and now we're getting to some really good reputations on the internet. Number 5, it is OverSimplified. Ah yes, the king of history on YouTube. If you've been to history class, you've watched OverSimplified at one point. And you know what? If you haven't been to history class, you've still watched OverSimplified at one point. He's by far one of the best YouTubers on the platform. His clever way of teaching others with his humor and animation makes his videos some of the best and most worthwhile to wait for. And this is pretty much represented because he uploads once every 8 to 10 months, and his fans, although sometimes getting agitated, wait patiently. So when teachers love him, when students love him, and when sometimes even parents love him, he easily has a good reputation on the internet. Now, number 4, and I feel like he really should be number 1, but he's not, but he should at least be like number 2, Ryan Trahan. Almost everyone knows who Ryan is. If you don't, he's the guy who crossed America in 30 days to give MrBeast a penny. That's honestly how I found out about him. That's how about 7 million people also found out about him. And most of us continued watching because we saw just how good his videos were. I mean, he literally made videos eating at McDonald's. Like, that was like half the video, and it would be so entertaining to watch. His way with humor and his personality is so addicting to watch that 10 million of us, we love watching his content. We truly do. And the thing is, we don't come back for the video, we come back for the personality, because he will make about the most random videos and we'll all come back despite it having nothing to do with what we like, because Ryan's there. He always makes things fun, and that's what makes him truly one of the best YouTubers on the platform. Now, number 3 might be debatable, MrBeast. It goes without saying, MrBeast is one of the most charitable, honest, and caring people on YouTube. He's made his channel work out in a way where he runs on a loss and still survives to the next month. He has one of the greatest effects on the YouTube community, and his 150 million subscribers go there to show for it. He doesn't make it to that number 1 spot, all because of Twitter users and how they occasionally try to cancel him for using child labor. I don't know. I mean, you can't have a good reputation if some idiots on the internet can't agree to like you. So he is on that number 3 spot. I wanted to change him with Ryan Trahan, but I do remember that Ryan, no offense, doesn't do nearly as much charity as MrBeast does. And number 2 and number 1 were really hard to deal with because I had no clue who goes where, and I did not give sympathy points to anyone. But number 2 goes to Mrwhosetheboss. He was originally supposed to be number 1, but he lost on just one category. Regardless, he is still one of the best YouTubers on the platform, on the tech side of YouTube. Everyone loves him. He is arguably one of the greatest personalities. His humor is good, his way of presentation is good, and he's a wholesome person, which everyone can obviously appreciate. He has such a good way of entertaining people. He's one of the few YouTubers I would watch an ad for. Like, I would genuinely watch through like 3 15-second ads just to continue his content. Which sounds stupid, but it's true, and a lot of people would. No one can hate this guy because he occasionally rickrolls his audience, which is just his way of humor, and everyone just loves it. He's wholesome, trustworthy, funny, but the only thing he fails out on is that lack of trust, which I know I just said trustworthy and then I just mentioned lack of trust. Makes no sense, right? But a little while back, he made a video called Can You Trust Mrwhosetheboss? And it got me thinking. I was like, can you really trust anyone on the internet? I mean, yeah, he's reviewing tech. It's for fun. You don't have to take his advice. But can you really always trust someone? Because there's always a hint of doubt. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but the person beside me might not want to. So I don't know. That's what's pushed him to that number 2nd spot, and that's why he's on the number 1 spot. But the number 1 spot, it does go to arguably probably my favorite YouTuber. He has a great reputation. And I want to say no sympathy points here. Technoblade. I'm going to say it again. Technoblade fanbase. There is no sympathy points for Technoblade because he's gone. It's just we as a community, no matter inside or outside of Minecraft, love him and love his content dearly. He was easily one of the greatest Minecraft YouTubers of all time. Suck at Dream. And he was the best PvPer. I mean, his legacy is easily one of the best ones. Everyone loves him. His humor, he had a way with it. His interestingly dark humor was good. He made everyone laugh. You couldn't really hate on him because it's a dude playing Minecraft in his room talking about why he dropped out of college and how his mom hates it. How could you hate this guy? There is no way to hate him. And he's not getting any sympathy points just because he's passed away. It's just he's easily one of the best creators. The only problems he has is with the dream stands, but we all know dream stands aren't actual humans, so they don't count. So what do you think about this list? Does Technoblade deserve to be on that 1st place spot? Or maybe it's Mrwhosetheboss, maybe it's MrBeast, maybe it's Ryan Trahan, or maybe one of your personal favorite YouTubers, which you should tell me in the comments because this list is heavily influenced by people I watch. I pretty much watch all these creators, and that's why I was able to come up with this list, because Google does not have a list about content creators with the best reputation for some reason. Regardless, I find it humorous that we started off the list with JackSucksAtLife, an ex-Minecraft YouTuber, and ended off with Technoblade, who is a Minecraft YouTuber. Subscribe because my humor is humorous. It's funny, just laugh.